What's going on, you guys? What is going on? This is your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we are here just for a little 30-minute conversation. I don't really expect too many people to be up in here because I ain't really talking about nothing. I'm just talking about me. And when I only talk about me, the people don't come. So I'm not really just looking forward to a bunch of folks. I ain't even expecting 50 people. I ain't even expecting 100 people. I'd be very surprised. But I'm really just here because today is October the 27th, meaning October 27th, 2010 is the first day I ever posted a video on YouTube. And I must say that I never in a million years thought that I would be still doing videos at this particular moment in time. I never knew that. I never felt like 14 years later I'll still be on YouTube, and 14 years later I'll be still making moves, and being able to be in certain circles and being co-signed by certain people in the game. Like, it's always been a thing with me where, and I still kind of feel that way. I'm probably my own worst critic, to be honest. Like, I always feel like I got the eye, but I be missing something sometimes. Like, I have it, like, my camera quality has come a long way from where it used to be in the past, but I be feeling like, okay, I don't have a backdrop. I don't have a decent backdrop. I don't have this. I don't have that. I always find myself focusing on what I lack, besides focusing on what's really important. And the fact is that I still got the people. The people still support me. I still got the support from other content creators. I'm still able to work with other people. You know what I mean? Like, I get respect all over the place. So let me just say this, right? I think I always tell this story, but in 2010, I flunked out of college, right? I was a sophomore in college. I was going to a junior college at the time. And I was literally like 2-3 semesters away from graduating. And I had this plan that once I graduated from Holmes CC, I would transfer to Jackson State and I would get my bachelor's degree in broadcast and mass comm, because I majored in journalism at the community college. So it was like, I'm going to major in mass comm and blah, blah, blah. So it didn't go that way. And I was just not in the best of spaces. I feel like I failed. I feel like I failed my mother. I feel like I failed my siblings. I am the oldest of 3 with my mama. And I felt like I failed them. I wanted to be this big old, role model and this big inspiration to them. But I just didn't do it the way I wanted to. I had all these dreams and aspirations. Like, I wanted to be gone out my mama's house by the time I was 21. I wanted to have my degree by the time I was 21. I wanted to be in my field by the age of 21. I wanted to be on the radio. I wanted to have my own syndicated morning show because I love music and I love to talk shit. So why not? That would be the best thing. But it didn't happen that way. So throughout that whole summer of 2010, I was just, I was watching the Scorpion show continuously, watching Sweet Addictions continuously, watching Brian B continuously, watching Much Love continuously, loving me some Cadillac Camberley continuously, all of those things. And so I was watching a video that Cadillac Camberley did. She was going in on Eddie Long. And I said, girl, I know I got to do this now. I know I got to do this now. I always give the Scorpion show his due diligence because he is my biggest inspiration, though. Like, I wanted to be just like him. I wanted my channel to be just like him. Like, I wanted to do some of the same things that he was doing because he was a big, no matter what people may say about them now, the Scorpion show was a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, they had the potential to be bigger than life. Like, they had it all. Like, they did the interviews with Lady Gaga. They had the interview with Brandy. They had the interview with Michelle Williams. Like, all these different people. K. Michelle, the Braxtons. Like, they was affiliated with so many different figures in this game. And I just knew that they was going to be, like, the biggest thing out of YouTube. Like two black gay men with their own talk show or something like that. I just could see it so much for the Scorpion show. And I wanted to be just like that. Like I was enjoying seeing their rise to fame and all this other stuff. And I just felt like they were well deserving of it because they had put in so much work. And I wanted to do the same thing. So I felt like this. Okay, so Scotty, you got to set it up. You got to get your channel right. I put a video out explaining what my channel was going to be about. And then I was watching Much Love video, and then she was reviewing The Real Housewives. It was season 3, and I started reviewing it with my best friend Jazz. And so Basketball Wives season 2 started. I started reviewing that. Not only did that come out, Brandy and Rachel had started. I started reviewing it. What Chili Wants started. I was reviewing it. Like late 2010 was a great time. Shout out to Christina for the $9.99 super chat. I really appreciate it. But that was a big thing. So I started it like that. And within the first few months of my YouTube channel, I got posted on VH1 blogs with Much Love. This was the first season of Mob Wives, and we were posted on VH1 blogs, and that was so exciting. And it continued. And I remember when Kevin first shouted me out, first wrote me back on Twitter. That was like I felt you would have thought that this nigga was Beyonce. I was fanning out when he responded to me because I just always admire Kevin. I always wanted to be like him. I always wanted to have the success that he had at that time. Like for real, for real. Like I wanted that. And I just felt like he was someone that I could look to for that, like for inspiration. And when he wrote me back, it was amazing. Like I cherished that moment. Not only did I cherish that, but it just it just put something in me where I just knew that this is what I wanted to do. And I continued on over the years. You know, my growth was a little slower than others. Because when I came out, not too long after I came out, there was Ashley, there was Bundy, there was Rocks. You know, there was quite a few of us at a time. Um, I think that Ashley, Bundy, and Rocks, their rise was a little bit faster than mine. And then not to mention Justin J was out around that time, Adrian Expressions, like it was like a freshman class of 2011. Like we were all out at the same time. And while I had like this loyal following, it was very small. And I just wanted something better. And then I became friends with Justin J, who is now known as the King of Reads. I became really good friends with him. Thank you, Tracy, for the $5 super chat. I became really good friends with him. He became like a best friend in my eyes back then. And not only did he become that, he became like a big brother to me. And we was working together quite a bit because he lived in Memphis. I lived in Mississippi. He was only 2 hours away. So we was always hanging out. Like we had this little bond. He met my mother. They had a relationship. Like it was everything. And shout out to Michelle's daughter. She's one of my first subscribers. Shout out to you. And thank you for the super chat, the 1999 super chat. We became really fast friends. And then, you know, he started to grow really quickly too. And you know, this is the moment where I am very much so um transparent. I started to get insecure because I was seeing all of my peers that just came out with me there to the roof. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? You know, why is it moving so slow for me? You know, while there's people that love me and there's other content creators that see something in me, it's just not working for me. It's just not panning out. And I don't know what it is. And I would say, like around 2016, I was ready to give up on YouTube. I was ready to leave it alone. I just didn't think that there was no growth for me. I didn't think that, you know, it was going to happen. I just felt like it's not, this ain't for you. I don't know what it is, but it's not for you. Jamar and I were best friends. As of course y'all see that we still are. We met around the same time as I met Justin. And there was just something about Jamar that drew me to him. It's just something about him that drew me to him. Like we are the same but different. You know what I'm saying? But it's something about Jamar that stuck out to me. Like our friendship grew organically, like very much so organically. And I would say that in 2016, I was in my season where I wanted to give up on YouTube. And me and him met for the first time in Houston after being friends for 3 years. And we got even closer after that. So it was just like, okay, cool. That's my bestie. But the trouble that I started to find was in 2017 when Justin and our friendship broke apart publicly, which I've never really just got into like the whole shebang. Like I've talked about it here and there, but I never disparaged him. I never spoke about him in an ill manner. I never spoke about him in a negative way, especially not publicly, because of the respect that I had for him and the respect that I had for the friendship that we had and the love, the genuine love that I had for him as a big brother. Like I really respected Justin. I really loved Justin. So that's why when we fell out, or he fell out with me rather, it was painful. I mourned that friendship. I was hurt. I never got a chance to have a conversation with him. I never had a chance to talk to him. Like we never really talked. And I remember that live that he did where the friendship really just was what the friendship that I knew it to be was over with. I never forget that night. I texted him soon after I saw that. And I still got that text right now on my phone because I never deleted this number, never deleted the thread. But that hurt. We never had a conversation. And I was asking for a conversation and we never had one. And I think I went through my phases with that situation where it was like, I'm hurt. I loved him. That was like my big brother. I can't believe we're in this place. What happened? I didn't do anything to him. I was always, supportive of him. Why is this happening? I was hurt. I mourned it. It was like a death or a divorce. I mourned him. But then the hurt became, and the sadness became anger. Then I became angry with him. And then the anger became hatred. He became my enemy. But then as time went on and as I got older and I started seeing life and there were so many things happening, I grew to forgive. Um I grew to forgive. At this point in my life, I don't hate him. I don't even dislike him. I still have respect for him for everything that he has done, everything that he is still doing, and all of those things. People still ask me questions about our relationship and whether or not we would be friends again ever in life. I don't foresee that ever happening again because the thing is, with me as an Aquarius, when I'm hurt by somebody, even if we do make up, it's never the same again. It's never the same. I never see you the same way. And it makes me question myself sometimes because I be thinking, did I did I forgive this person? Did I do? But I really did forgive, I really did forgive I really did forgive. It's just that I just don't see it the same anymore. So, you know, people don't understand friendship breakups be just as hard as your breakup with your man or your girlfriend. You know what I mean? So that that hurt. But I've grown to let things go. I remember when I think his brother had passed away, and I remember going live and I was telling everybody to, send out your condolences to him and stuff like that because I knew how much he loved his brother. And that was one of the things that I had in common with him was that we were very close to our younger brothers and we had great friend relationships with them. So, but I've always given him his tens. Even though we haven't been friends for 7 years, I still give him his tens. I never speak ill of him on here. Never do. And whenever I talk about my journey with YouTube, I have to discuss this because it was a part of my journey. It was a big part of my journey. He was someone that I collaborated with a lot for 2 years. So I wish him all the best. We're both in Atlanta. We actually have a friend in common. I really feel like there is going to be a time where we may run into each other. I really believe that. And if I see him now, I could speak. We could be cordial. We can coexist. We can do all those things. And it won't even be no issue. Because I've grown. And I think he's grown too. I don't think he's the same person. I can't say I mean, I can't. I would hope that I don't watch his videos, so I don't know. But I do wish him all the best. You know what I mean? Like I wish him all the best. So that was a big thing, and then but it was so crazy because Jamar and I got even closer with that. Unfortunately, Adrian and we didn't have a relationship anymore after that, but we didn't fall out, we just it was more of a thing where he was closer to Justin than he was to me and Jamar. So that's where he was at, and I respected that. But but 2 years ago, me and Jamar met up with Adrian, and you know, we're good now. We hung out together. We were having dinner together. We had lunch together. Like we had a great time. The pictures, he came on the prelude. We had a good time. And, it was an emotional conversation Adrian and I had. And it was like a whole nother chapter. I ain't saying that we best friends and we talk all the time, but me and that nigga real cool. You know what I mean? We text each other here and there, you know. So everything is good. Um, so I think around 2018 is where I started to change a little bit, a little bit. Um, I was still doing the same thing that I had been doing, still a little stagnant, but still pushing through around 2018. Around 2019 is when I got into this relationship. Um, it wasn't working out for me. It was somebody using me. Um, winded up, me and my family, we winded up homeless. We had nowhere to stay. We lived out of a hotel for 3 months. And then while I was in that space, that's when the depression started, and I started to go completely down under with depression. That's when my depression really started flexing on my ass. Okay. And I remember talking to Jamar every day around that situation because he felt stagnant too with his own YouTube channel. And we were talking about, look, it's going to be 2020. We got to do something. Let's do a podcast. We had all these plans about doing a podcast and just getting back into this world and doing the things that we want to do. And even during that time, she's no longer on YouTube as of last week, but Aaliyah, Queen Lovely, aka Melanated Crowns, she was also someone that was in my corner during that time. And letting me know that things were going to come out the way that they needed to be and stuff like that. And so in 2020, me and my family, we came out of that situation. And soon as we did, I started working my ass off. I took more pride in my work. I was editing videos. I had started working with Really B and them, in the web world. I had started getting my name in the web reality world just a tad. But um Jamar started getting into production with the web world. Things were looking up for us. And then, I changed my name from Mr. Still Standing to Scotty by Nature TV around my 10th anniversary. And it was like, okay, yes, we own to something now. We own to something. And we continued. Later on in 2020, I started the Whether You Like It or Not panel. It was originally supposed to be Scotty by Nature, Giving You the Real Tea, Josiah's World TV, Jamie That's Me, and Color Me Pink. But Keisha couldn't do it. Oh, and Bundy Blue. Keisha couldn't do it. So that only left myself, Jamie, JoJo, T, Bundy, and then later Niecy. Then later Jay Lee and Alex. And it became this big thing that I didn't know it was gonna be. And then eventually Bundy, Jamie, and Niecy, they all went off to do the Ooh Ladies First panel. And that became a monster success for them. And Bundy, Jamie, and Nisa, they always give me my tens because they feel like if it wasn't for me putting them together on the Whether You Like It or Not panel, it wouldn't be no Ooh Ladies First panel. But I don't think I deserve the credit. They're the ones that, came with that idea themselves and made it do what it do, and it grew to be a great thing, and it's still soaring to this day. So shout outs to them, Bundy, Jamie, and Nisi. I love those girls. I know that Jamie and I are closer, but I love those girls. And me and Bundy just have this deep rooted respect for one another. And me and Nisi, we talk from time to time. We still be trying to meet up. Like I know the last time I came to Dallas, we was supposed to meet up. And it didn't happen because of that storm. But we are good though. I still be working with them sometimes. I work with Alex, still be working with them. And then, Boys Night Out was created. And I had been wanting to do an all males panel for a minute now at that point. And I just didn't know who would be in it. I knew Jamar was gonna be in it. I knew T was, and by this point, JoJo was. But I was like, maybe L Teddy, maybe Cat's Meow, maybe YB. Like I was going back and forth with the idea. And then it started off with just four of us, but then Maddie came along the second episode and everybody enjoyed him. So he got thrust into the cast. And we started our own relationships with Maddie. Jamar and Maddie were already besties already. And me and Maddie knew each other, but we didn't know each other just yet. So we were all bonding and building our own relationships with one another. And I think with Boys Night Out, it made me and JoJo much closer. And so that was going on. And then later on, me, JoJo, and T, we did Roast and Review, and then it continued on from there. And I would honestly say that in 2022, that was the year that I really, really, really was doing my thug thizzle that year. I interviewed Miss Wanda. I interviewed Kiki. I interviewed I interviewed Candy. I interviewed Letitia. We interviewed Latrice. We did a lot in 2022. Later on that year, I was nominated for Boss Babe Awards for Podcast of the Year, YouTube of the Year, and things were looking up. And in 2023 is where my channel was still on the up and up. We were still on the up and up. We were still doing great, but mentally, I was not doing great. Um, the year started off with Danita passing, and then then the death continued. Danita died, Tierra died, Beverly died. I endured 3 different deaths within the same year. Not only that, a friendship ended. Um, I was suicidal, and it was just not a good look. It was dark. It was a very dark time. Um, there was also individuals that was targeting me, making videos about me every other day. Um, and my dumb ass would look at them and put myself in deeper depression, and I had to stop. Then we go into the Boss Baby Wars, and I wasn't in my right mind at all. Like, it was not good. And even when we were at the Boss Baby Wars, my attitude was just not there. Like, this is probably the first time I came to Atlanta and didn't want to do anything. Didn't want to do nothing. And so um I just wanted to just see if I won and go back to Mississippi. You feel what I'm saying? And I won. I won both awards. I won YouTube of the Year last year and Podcast of the Year with Jamar. So it was a happy time, but I wasn't happy because shortly after the Boss Baby Awards, I tried to commit suicide. Um, Tramel is the one that stopped me. Um, Tramel was the one that stopped me. And so it was like everything that could go wrong was going wrong financially, mentally, family wise. Everything that was going on in Mississippi was really draining me. My job, everything. So I made it up in my mind that I'm gonna move. I'm moving to Atlanta. I can't do Mississippi another moment. I gotta go. And I made that decision, and I was trying to figure out, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna do this? Then Jamar and Tramel and Carl, they were very instrumental in helping me out with my plan. But during this time, the chasing panel was going on. We had just started the chasing panel, and that became a breakout success within itself. So, but again, I was still down. I would have suicidal thoughts on and off. And it was just like, you know, what's really going on here? Like, why am I doing this? It's not like I want to commit suicide. It's the thought is in my head of doing it. Like, I would think about the many ways that I could take myself out every day, whether it would be pills, whether it would be cutting myself, whether it would be anything. Those thoughts would just randomly pop up in my head, and I would have to fight those thoughts. Then in November, I met Bando in person, and it was cool. I was really down, and he didn't even know it, but I was down and out and things of that nature, and trying to cope with things that I had not um coped with yet. And I remember one of me and Bando's first conversations. Okay, we had went out to brunch that Saturday, and then on Monday, he invited me up to his job, and I had lunch at his job, and we were talking, and Bando told me so many things about himself that was very personal, and it made me feel comfortable enough to tell him some of the things that I experienced, because some of the things that he experienced, I experienced the same thing. And it started a bond that later grew into where it is today. And I can honestly say that Bando has been like this big ray of sunshine for me over the last 11 months. And I would honestly say that we are taking our time with this whole thing. Like, you know, we are seeing each other and we're taking our time with it, because we have to be honest and be like, the first few months of us dating and seeing each other, we was in different states. I was in Mississippi, he was here. And now it's been 2 months. I'm in Atlanta now, and we're hanging out more. We're seeing each other a lot more now. We're hanging out. I was just with him all damn day yesterday. Because we were shooting this video. We shot this video with Carl. Carl did this video, and then this music video. We were all in it. And then later on that night, Carl and Bando shot a music video for this song that they both were featured on. And Bando insisted that I be in this video. So I was in the video and, supporting him and stuff like that. And, it's just been a good time, um, you can tell I really like this boy because I'm taking my time. You know what I mean? I'm really taking my time. I'm not rushing nothing. I am very happy with where it is. And I'm just taking my time. I'm just taking my time with him. Um my friends here are amazing. Tramiel and Carl and Jamar, they're amazing. Um everybody's amazing. But I will say, now that we're here at year 14, I can honestly say that this year has not been my best year YouTube wise. But mentally, this has been one of my greatest years. One of them. One of my greatest years mentally. Because I met him, then I made the biggest step of my 35 years of living, and that is to move to Atlanta and take that big step. And it's been great. I I can say that even though I miss my mother and my brother and my cousins and people like that, and I find myself getting teary-eyed and misty, and I'm not finna cry. But even though I miss them, I know that this was the best thing for me. I know that this was the best move for me to make. Like, it was. It was the best thing. And I'm happy. I am the happiest than I've ever been in quite some time now. I am. I am the happiest I've been in a long time. And you know, can't nobody really take me out of my peace. No one can take that from me. Um, no matter what, it's no one can take me out of this. Like, I can really say that I am at peace. Like, it ain't something that I'm trying to convince myself. Like, I just feel a difference in my energy. I just feel a difference in the way that I approach things. Even with my videos, I find I see a whole difference. I'm not in misery, no damn mo. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm no longer in fucking misery. Like, I'm happy. I'm around people that make me happy. And I miss my friends back home, like Tay and Sammy and Tavares and Carlos and Jazz, Rudy, Arsena. I miss my friends back home, but they all encourage me to move. Like, they all encourage me to get on up out of there. And it's amazing being, having Tramiel and Carl and Jamar around all the time is great. Having Ramon around is great. Having Bando around all the time is great. Um, Me and Sakina hanging out is great. Although me and Jamie, we be trying to hang out, but she got to get that little one. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only thing she be trying to get that little one together. That's why we can't. That's why we haven't hung out yet. Aaron and all these different people. Like I'm thankful for all of my people in my tribe here in Atlanta. Like thankful for all of them. So like I said, um, even though 2024 has not been the best year for my YouTube, in my opinion, because I feel like I've had much better years. I think the biggest thing that's going on right now on my channel is the chasing panel. That's probably the best thing smoking for me right now. But I will say that mentally, this has been my greatest year. And I'm only expecting greatness for the rest of my time. Now, we're going into year 15, and I have so many different things that I want to do. Now, let me start off with letting you know about some of the things that I'm finna do now, and some things that are currently under construction. So, I've started slowly but surely. I've started with my music content. I've started with my music content. I've done 3 album reviews. I talked about Mary's My Life. I talked about Glorilla's Glorious. And I talked about TLC's Crazy Sexy Cool. The Glorilla review got the most views out of all of them. But at this point, I don't even care about the viewership at this point. It's all about doing stuff that incorporating what I want to do in my content. I'm gonna continue to give you guys what y'all want, but I got to do something that I want to do too. So I've slowly dibbled and dabbed in the music. It's gonna get heavier in the new year, but I'm slowly getting into it so you guys can get a feel of what's about to happen. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna incorporate it because I feel like I'm gonna block out the weekend with nothing but music content starting at the top of the year. I think that's what it's gonna be, music weekend. I don't know what I'm gonna call it, but it's probably gonna be nothing but music stuff, music talk all that weekend, you know, with the exception of Love and Marriage Huntsville, of course. But you know what I'm saying. That is the biggest thing. Me and Calvin Michaels, we've talked recently, and we will be doing album reviews live in November. That's what the plan is, because I think his schedule is open throughout November. So we're doing that. Me and Jeremy, we talked about doing some music reviews together. And I'm not just gonna be doing music reviews, but I also gonna be doing music history and R&B beefs and hip hop beefs. We gonna talk about all that stuff next year. Let me see what else we got. Who Was Wrong for? Thinking about that right now. Young, Fresh, and New 3. That'll be coming next year. I'm trying to properly time it out. One-on-one. Remember last year, I did one-on-one. I opened it up with Armand Wiggins, followed by the Scorpion Show, followed by Calvin Michaels, followed by Ashley Miller, followed by Bundy. Only did 5 people. So now we're gonna do 5 more people. I already got my list made for the next 5. And I haven't reached out to them yet, but I will be. Storm Monroe. Y'all know that recently we did a collab on his channel, and he wants to work with me more in the future. So hey Chasing. Um we're gonna be doing more work together soon. He already said he wants to do more work with me. So that's gonna happen soon. Um Roast review still gonna be going on. The Whether You Like It or Not panel will still be going on. The prelude will still be going on. The Chasing panel. Now, after this week, because this is the second part of Chasing Orlando's reunion, After this week, the chasing panel gonna go on a 2-month hiatus. We gonna bring them back. I'm gonna bring that panel back at the top of the year because of the holidays, and I want to work on actually um constructing the chasing panel podcast version, because there's the chasing panel where we just talk about chasing, just chasing. But then there's the chasing panel after dark, which is in members only. But then there's the chasing panel podcast. So I want to properly construct that, give myself 2 months to construct that the right way, and then come back at the top of the year. I can give Tramiel and them a rest, and I can figure out what I'm going to do, because I want to make it a show where it's funny, but I also want a little bit of a balance. I don't want us to be one note. It has to be a little bit of a balance to show everybody that we do have the range to talk about everything. Still gonna be a fun show, but I just want to give it a little bit of a balance. So that's why we're gonna take 2 months off, and we'll be back in January. So I have a whole lot of different things that I'm gonna do. There's a lot of interviews that I'm already writing down my list of interviews that I want to get next year, because it's not just going to be about reality TV. It's going to be about music too. And I want to interview artists. Tevin Campbell is at the top of my list. I really want to interview Tevin Campbell. That's an interview of a lifetime for me. Everybody knows how much I love and adore Tevin Campbell, and I really want to interview him. I don't know how to get him. I don't know who to call, who to write. I don't know who, but I got to get him on my show. If I ever interview Tevin, that's going to be a dream fucking come true. I promise you that. But yes, I have a whole lot of plans, and we're going next year is a year where we're going to switch it up. There's still going to be reality recaps. Why would I throw that away? Why would I throw that away? That's what made this channel what it is. Still going to do reality recaps. Still going to do Yes for the Miss. Still going to do Whether You Like It or Not panel and roast and review. All that's still happening. But I'm still going to pivot and do more than what I've been doing. Because I've been pretty disappointed with, pretty bored and disappointed with this year for me, content-wise. But next year is going to be a good year. I'm already trying to work on it. Like, this is one of those moments where you moving, but then you have a slow moment. And sometimes those slow moments are used for you to reboot and refocus and start something new. And that's where I'm at. So year 15 is going to be a good year. I hope and pray that I do everything that I set out to do next year. Because the shit that I want to do next year, I'm in Atlanta. I feel like I can really make that shit happen if I want to. And there's a lot of people in other places that's willing to help me out. I have connections that I never use. And one of those connects talked to me, when I got home from Mississippi. I was leaving the airport, and they called me, and she was like, "You need to stop. You need to get out your own head, because I don't be wanting people to think that I'm using them for clout. That's why with all of these connects that I do have, I don't use them." Dr. Heavenly herself was like, "Email me. I'm gonna give you my phone number. We could talk about you getting your books out." I never did it. It was Sheridan, Color Me Pink's best friend. She reached out to me about helping me publish my books, the same books that I'm reading to y'all in members only. Like, there are so many people that are willing to help me, but I be overthinking and be in my own head, literally thinking that I don't want them to think I'm using them. I don't want them to think, because I've never been that person. So another thing that I'm going to do next year is take advantage of the connects that I have, because they're there for a reason. If I want to better myself, I got to take the risk. If I want to better myself, I need to stop overthinking shit and just go for what I know. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to the person that spoke to me on the phone, that day. I really took everything that she said, and I'm like, okay, I got you. So I just want to say thank you to the Scotty gang. Y'all have been with me for a long time. I feel like I have one of the most, loyal um groups around. Y'all really do be standing beside me, and I really appreciate you guys. Next year gonna be a good year for us. This year is winding down, so I'm kind of winding down, but I'm taking out that time to focus on the plans, on what I'm gonna do, and write down everything, and just do everything that I set out to do next year. Because I'm already in Atlanta. That has been taken up all the time. But I'm in Atlanta now, and now that I'm in Atlanta, I'm around the people that I need to be around now. I'm going to do the things. Okay. So year 15, which is next year, is going to be a good year. I'm coming back swinging next year. I got to continuously push myself to do that. And I got people that's pushing me. So shout out to them. Shout out to my moderators. Shout out to Scotty Gang. Shout out to every single person that works on my panel. Because guess what? The Whether You Like It or Not panel turns 4 this year. 4. Can I believe that the Whether You Like It or Not panel is about to be 4 years old? But we here. And like I said, I never thought that I would still be here 14 years later. I just knew 8 years ago that it was done. It was over for me. But God said, no, you got this. So yes, you know, we got it. We're gonna do our thing. Me and JoJo was talking. And, even though JoJo was going through the stuff that he's going through with the death of his cousin, he's still trying to help me too. Like, and I'm trying to help him because he's coming back next year on his channel. And just the same way as y'all support me, I need for y'all to support him too. Like, everybody's trying to grow. Everybody wants better. And that's what I'm striving to get. So, y'all, I'm about to get on up out of here. I gotta run up to the store before Potomac come on and stuff. And I gotta go live tonight. So I appreciate y'all. I literally almost had 100 people in here. I had just told y'all I wasn't expecting to have 100 or even 50, but I literally had like 95 people in here. That was very surprising. I wasn't expecting it. But I appreciate everybody, you know, especially especially my YouTube peers that I really, really, really consider friends, like real friends, and consider, people that I can always talk to and run to and just just be a part of my world and my family, like Mims and Jamie and Aaron and Sakina and Jamari and really B and Jojo. There go Jamie right there. Hey Jamie! Are you excited for next week? I saw the picture, girl. All right. I'm like, yes, honey. That's another can I praise her real quick? Let me tell y'all something about Jamie, since she's in here. Let me praise her real fast before I go. The first time I saw a video of Jamie's, it had to be 2016. She was doing Basketball Wives. It was season 5. Basketball Wives LA season 5, I think. That was the first time I saw a video of hers. And then I shouted her out. And what's so crazy is she was watching my video when I shouted her out. And when we got into the Whether You Like It or Not panel, she was one of the first people that I thought about. And um I did not know that by us working on that panel that we would really become friends like that. Like I look at Jamie like a big sister. Like every time I would come to Atlanta before I moved here, we was hanging out. And like she's come to my birthday dinners. I've been to her baby shower. I met her fiance, soon to be husband. Like, we are really locked in for real. And I really look at her like a big sister. Like, I really talk about Jamie all the fucking time. And you know what I'm saying? I love that girl. And I am very happy for everything that she's accomplished in such a short period of time. You know what I mean? Like, I love her perseverance and the way that she got on and started working really hard and became very consistent and shit like that. And that is an inspiration within itself because she has a lot of content. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she puts out a lot of shit. And shit, that gives me a some inspiration. Sometimes I take inspiration from her because because I've been bored with the content that I've been doing. I've been bored and it shows. And that's why I decided to come up with some more stuff to do. But yeah, Jamie is everything. And I am very proud of her. I'm very excited for her. And listen, I ain't just excited for her and proud of her. I'm proud of her man too. Cause I watch Jay videos all the fucking time. He the next one up too when it comes down to this hip hop commentary. He the next one up. I watch his shit all the time. Okay, even when I'm at work and he got a video coming out, I'll run in that damn freezer, pop in one of my AirPods, and put that damn hat on like this, put on that damn beanie like this so it can cover up my damn ear. And I listen to him while I'm at work. Like, he got great content too. I love his commentary. Not like, he's definitely into music. He know what the fuck he talking about. And I love to listen to a person that's talking about music, know what the hell they talking about. So if y'all ain't watched none of his shit before, y'all need to, because he's good. Okay. So, but shout out to her and him, because I know that next week is about to be a special weekend for them. So shout out to y'all. I'm very excited for you guys. But that's just me. I had to praise my girl. And I can't wait till me and her finally get together. But I ain't rushing nothing because I'm here for real now. So, but me and her has a whole lot of stuff to talk about because she been trying to find out about Bando for the longest, and I ain't had no chance to really talk to her about it yet. So I'm gonna tell y'all this story too before I go. When we was at the baby shower last year, she was like, "Now who is this man?" I never got the chance to talk to her about that, but we will when we hang out though. We will. But you guys, I just want to say that, and I'm gonna pat myself on the back for still lasting for 14 years, and I'm still here. Shout out to all all of my people, all of my YouTube peers, aka friends like Jamie, like Mims, like T, like JoJo, like Bondi, like Nisi, like all of them, everybody. I really appreciate it, but I promise you, not season, but year 15 is going to be way more productive than this year was. Because like I said, all this year was about me moving. My mind was focused on getting my ass to Atlanta full time. So I didn't give a fuck about nothing else. I was trying to get my ass here. And now that I'm here, you feel what I'm saying? I can focus. So thank y'all. I'm out of here. Let me run up here to this stove. And I'll see y'all again for my Potomac Live. Shout out to Jamie for being in here. Like I said, I can't wait to see you, girl, because we have some stuff to dish on, child. Well, we out of here, and I'll talk to y'all later.